Mothers, if you are the type that has a child that does sleepover, your child wants to do a sleepover, especially the female children. I don't know. I think it's very, 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 very important that you know where that child is going. You know the people that reside there and the people and what they do. Quick story. I've been a big fan of a no sleepover for a long time. For the longest, I fought it off for a very long time. No sleepovers in my home. My daughter, she wanted to do whatever she can. She wanted to sleep. Because of that, I was a bad mom. I was a bad mom because I wouldn't let her sleep over. I was scared to death about sleepovers. But one day I gave in. She swore. She said, I know these people. I've been knowing her for a long time. We've known each other. I know the family. Now, my only mistake was that I didn't take the time to get to know the family of this child. The fact that I've always seen this child in my home, the child is always there. The child has always, after school sometimes she comes over, she stays over, and then for so many times I'm used to the child. But I don't know the parent. I don't even know where she lives. This child has had several sleepovers at my place. I just felt it wasn't fair to her that she's the only one coming over and my daughter never goes over. So I gave in. I said, okay, yeah, you can go. And I told my daughter, the only thing I want is I need to know the address and I need to know from when to when, so I know when to pick you up. She gave me the time. The next morning I went to pick her up, and as I was in the car waiting, and I saw a guy, probably in his 40s, upstairs of this building, of the house where my daughter was having a sleepover at. He was upstairs, the balcony. He came outside the balcony. He had only like a white shirt, a white t-shirt, and a blue jean on, and he was smoking, and he looked so stressed. He would go. I was like, okay. My first mistake, I never figured out who lived here. I was calling my daughter. As I was calling her, she would not answer her phone. At this point, I was panicking. I was like, oh my gosh. I called and called and called and called. She wasn't answering. So I called her friend and I said, my daughter, I've been calling her. I'm supposed to pick her up now, but she's not answering her phone. And she said, oh yeah, let me get her real quick. She's downstairs. She went downstairs. She got my daughter. She came up to me. And at this point, I have a billion things going through my head. And I go, this is where your friend lives? She said, yes. And who is that man upstairs? She goes, I don't know. You're living in a house that you don't know where they live. Wow. Okay. You don't know who lived there. Okay. And I said, at that point, I couldn't fault her for nothing, because as a mother, I did not do my part. I did not do my research. I did not do my own investigation. So I thought, you got me. But that was the end. Never go nowhere without me knowing who it is, me speaking with the parent, me having the parent information, and us concluding, okay, my daughter is staying over. I'm gonna pick her up at a time. So I freaked out, because if anything would have happened, I would not know a single name of anybody in the house beside my daughter's friend. So please check your children. Be very careful, extremely careful. And then that same week, her friend went to a sleepover. One of her other friend went to a sleepover somewhere, and she came home with a big old punch, like a black eye type thing on the forehead, close to the eye. Didn't know how that happened. It scared me shitless. Excuse my language. But be careful who you leave your kids with, or who your kids has a sleepover with. That's all I have to say.